Are there any quiet places in your city?
Sure, of course. Like in many cities, we have public parks, which are very quiet, and usually they are not so crowded. So the thing that came to my mind is, of course, a new laptop. I got it, if I'm not mistaken, last year, and it was given me by my parents. I needed this laptop for my studies because I had been using my old laptop for something around 5 years. Sign of their trust.
Why do people like shopping more now?
Hi Rhoda, my examiner ID is PR005 and today I will be reacting to your speaking test, and at the end I'll give you some feedback and tips and give you an approximate score right at the end. Let's get started.
Do you prefer staying in a noisy place?
Actually, no, because it's difficult for me to concentrate and feel relaxed in noisy places. So that's why, like, quiet spots are usually preferred by me.
By you? Are there any quiet places in your city?
Sure, of course. Like in many cities, we have public parks, which are very quiet, and usually there are not.
Okay, be careful. Quite and quiet. Public parks, which are very quiet. Of course, quiet is a different word. You said it correctly the first time, and then you said quite this time around. So be careful about that.
Not so crowded. And so the second place which came to my mind is, of course, library. So we have several of them, and usually people go there to study.
Okay, of course, library. Of course, the libraries. You go on to say there are several in your town, and they are specific libraries in your town. So the other place that comes to mind are the libraries.
What do you think? Do people have the right to make noise?
Sure, of course, they have, but there should be balance. I mean, it shouldn't disrupt others. So,
Sure, of course, they do. Short present simple answer. Sure they have is the short present perfect answer. So in this case it's sure of course they do. So review those short answers.
everyone has right to celebrate something or listen to music, but they shouldn't disrupt others, and it shouldn't be too noisy.
So,
Everyone has the right to celebrate. Yeah, definite article here.
do you like loud music?
No, actually, I don't really listen to music, and even sometimes loud music in public places like restaurants, they usually irritate me.
Okay, you said you don't like music, so what's the alternative for you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I just prefer sitting in.
They usually irritate me, but music is singular, so it usually irritates me. Referencing here, it.
Quiet places. Sometimes
just meditate.
I do prefer silence.
Yeah, great. That's good. Great choice.
So the thing that came to my mind is, of course, a new laptop. I got it, if I'm not mistaken, last year, and it was given me by my parents. So
It was given to me. It's better to use the preposition here, given to me.
So generally, let me give you a little bit of background. In one of
Let me give you a little bit of background is okay, but we don't need to put generally before that. It's not really appropriate here. Generally speaking, normally, something like that is for something that is generally the case, something that always happens, sometimes something that happens most of the time, but not, let me give you a little bit of background, not with that phrase, you know? So we can get rid of generally and just do that. Let me give you a little background here.
in one of our usual evenings, I said my mom that I want to get a new laptop. So
I said to my mom, or I told my mom. Review that say and tell grammar, which could be a bit tricky for some people sometimes. I said something to her, or I said to her, or I told someone something. Is what you need to keep in mind in your head.
So, and then she said that if I wanted, I should just go for it.
If I wanted, I should just go for it. If I wanted, and we need the direct object here, if I wanted one, if I wanted to get one, we need that direct object here. I would say if I wanted one, I should just go for it.
But unexpectedly, after 2 days, my dad said that they have present for me.
Article again, they have a present for me, because you don't know what it is. It's an indefined present at that stage.
And honestly, I was a bit surprised because I didn't really expect them to buy it for me.
I didn't really expect them to buy it for me. I didn't really expect them to buy it for me. Remove that. The phrase is to expect someone to do something. I didn't expect them to buy it.
So generally, of course,
generally again. So we're repeating.
Of course, I was surprised and excited. I liked it very much. So let me give you a little bit of background.
Let me give you a little bit of background. Again, it's nice to use these things once, but we don't want to overuse them. Just be very careful about that.
I needed this laptop for my studies because I had been using my old laptop for something around 5 years, and it was honestly like screen was freezing, and
the screen was freezing because it's the specific screen of the specific laptop.
It wasn't functioning well. Let's put it this way, and so generally new laptop
again. So that's the third time. We want to avoid that kind of repetition.
Laptop was much better. Much better, of course. It was working very well and still working, of course. Generally, I use it for my studies, for my lectures, online Zoom lectures, and for writing my courseworks. So
be careful of coursework, homework, housework. All of these are uncountable. So for writing my coursework.
Generally, that's the laptop.
Be careful.
Laptop that I've been using for 1 year now. So honestly, let me be a bit philosophical.
And then we've got these two connective markers together. Honestly, let me be a bit philosophical. They seem to clash a little bit. And then what you said, I don't know if it was really philosophical, maybe a bit deep. Maybe it was philosophical, but I don't know, that the combination of honestly and let me be a bit philosophical seemed a bit overkill here. So just be careful with those connective markers and not going too much and not repeating them too much as well.
This laptop is sign of trust and encouragement for my parents because they were always ready to invest in my studies and in my education. And whenever I open up this laptop, I don't just see casual laptop. I don't
just see a casual laptop. So we need the article there, a casual laptop. And maybe I would change casual to regular. I don't just see a regular laptop, an ordinary laptop rather than casual.
I just see my parents' encouragement and trust in me. So that's why this laptop is very valuable for me. That's not just a gift, that's something let's say, sign of their trust.
Wow, beautiful. How should bosses reward their employees?
So, let's start from something very basic. So, because it's not always about monetary incentives. Yes, people sometimes value.
Very, very close. You're a little bit closer to a w than a v here. This is a common error for Uzbek students. Value.
Appreciation of their work, just as simple by saying thank you or something not very let's say expensive. Yes, so that's why just something like just acknowledgement for their hard work would be enough. But of course, the bosses should encourage.
Again, pronunciation, vowel sound. O. Bosses. Open your mouth. Bosses. O.
Encourage their employees by monetary incentives and some practical gifts as well, so that they stay more motivated and loyal to their company.
Full-fledged answer. What kinds of gifts do young people like to receive as rewards?
I believe that, of course, this is cash as a present because youngsters can buy whatever they want. That's so flexible. But I believe...
Careful with the vowel sound again. We've got what you said sounded like that, but of course you wanted to say but.
I believe that there are still young people who value other types of gifts. I mean, emotional ones, which are chosen by giving, let's say, attention. And because it's not always about money, it's about their attention, it's about their love, and about their care. So it can be something like spending time together or going to somewhere, a concert, or I don't know, like something very, let's say, casual.
Why do people like shopping more now than in the past?
I'm sure that it's related to the development of social media, of course, because many of people, especially young people,
Not many of people, but many people.
young people nowadays are just scrolling mindlessly. It's like social media pages, and just they see something, they like it, and if they have money, they buy it. So because on social media now we have lots of trends, and usually people just mindlessly follow these trends, and that's why they buy it. Apart from that, I guess it's related to convenience. I mean, nowadays it's much easier to buy things online. I mean, whenever you want and whatever you want, you can just go online and buy it.
So easy. Do you think shopping is good for country's economy?
Sure, no doubt, because usually government's economic development usually is dependent on consumption pattern, because the more people buy, the more companies produce, and that's what we call endless cycle.
That's
So
what
when
we call an endless cycle. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that endless cycle is not the correct term here. For me, endless cycle sounds negative. I believe that the correct term in economics is a virtuous cycle or a positive feedback loop. We don't need to use such technical words. We do need to use advanced vocabulary in IELTS, but we need to stay away from words that are so technical that somebody with just general knowledge of subjects wouldn't be sure about, because the examiners are just regular people. We don't know their academic background, so we don't want to use scientific language or subject-specific language that is too specific to a certain field. But I think virtuous cycle or a positive feedback loop is what you wanted to say here. Just something to bear in mind.
So when people buy more, they spend more money, and it surely contributes to the development of economic progress.
Right.
Okay, so just last point here, the development of economic progress is okay, but perhaps a little bit too convoluted. Just it contributes to economic development or to economic progress, not all together. But overall, a very, very strong performance, really well done. In terms of fluency and coherence, I want to give you a 7, but I think with that repetition that we identified, with let me give you a bit of background generally several times, I think that could dip you just below a 7. So let's say 6.57 borderline there for fluency and coherence, but the rest of the discourse markers, a really good range, actually, sure, if I'm not mistaken. A few referencing errors that we pointed out during the feedback. But nothing serious there. Very, very, very good. Vocabulary excellent. I'll give you an 8 for lexical resource. Really advanced vocabulary, really fluently and flexibly used. I especially liked scrolling mindlessly. Very nice collocation. Just a few errors with word form and word choice that I pointed out, but really always very clear. So very good there. Grammatical range and accuracy, I'd give you a 7. They are mostly article and preposition errors, but especially the article errors are clearly systematic errors. They are, which is why I cannot give you an 8 for grammar. But a very good range of grammar, very good complex sentences, passive voice and so on. So very good there, very good accuracy on that. Pronunciation, nice, stress, intonation. I can hear you smiling, which is nice. I gave you feedback on individual sound errors, but those never affected the meaning. So I would say overall 7 to 7.5 for that performance. Well done.